Greece. I'm glad to have you in my channel. So, Telepathy. Please tell me a brief history of the band and your discography. How many albums you have, and a little bit for the members and the style you play.
Okay, so the band started in 2010 or 11, I believe, and it started by, so at the time there was 3 brothers in the band. There was Albert, who plays drums, there was Peter, who plays guitar, and their bass player at the time was their brother Christian. And they all met at music college, and they all met Rich at music college. They formed the band that way. After a little while they did the Factory gig, and then they toured on that, and then they did 12 Areas and toured on that, and then somewhere in between Christian left, and they got me in. Oh, there was another bassist for a brief time, Simon, good friend, and then I came into the band at about 2015 and started writing Tempest straight away. Took us about 6 months to do that, and at the time the guys hadn't played live for about a year as well. So we were trying to tour as much as possible, but also write the record at the same time. And then we did, we recorded Tempest and toured on that for 3 years, where we played festivals like Roadburn and Dunk Festival, and toured with all kinds of people. And then, then fast forward to now, just released Burn Embrace, which is album number 3.
Okay, tell me some things about your latest album. Tell me about the style of music. There's I think it's a diverse album. There's a lot of styles going on, and the influence of every member is fused in this album. Tell me a little things, and of course for the production, it is very good. The production is very good.
Yeah, that's Gomez, man. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Burn Embrace, we kind of we had to sort of pick up where Tempest left off. But obviously, we wanted to develop the sound, everything like that. So it was just more. This time round, the approach was a lot more kind of songwriting. We wanted to make better songs out of everything rather than just better soundscapes and everything. We wanted to take that part of it, but also craft much better songs and arrangements. So we went in with that. It wasn't when we started writing it like with Tempest. Tempest was a concept album. So we had a theme in mind, and we wrote everything around that theme. With this one, we didn't really have that to start off with, because to just go in and just start writing what comes into our head. And it took it probably took about a year of solid, sort of continuous writing to write. And then we went into the studio in July of last year and laid it down with Gomez. So Gomez is an old friend of mine. I've known him for a long time, and he recorded Tempest for us, and he's just helped the band massively in a lot of ways. So we decided we were going to go and do it with him again, and it didn't disappoint. This time it was a full production. He took the full production. Last time it was more just mixing, mastering, engineering. And this time it was mixing, mastering, engineering, and the full sort of production side of things. So yeah, it was really good to have him on board. To say, you asked about the influences. Influences for us are all kind of, we have all sorts of influences. For example, Albert really loves hip hop, and so do I. But I love 70s rock more. Peter loves Metallica, and Rich loves a lot of dark wave and kind of rock music. So somewhere in the middle, we have to try and find that common ground, and it just ends up sounding like it did. But we knew that we wanted to make a a record that was pretty sad. That's just what we do.
Yes, it's sad and it's dark, and they have some influences from I think Black and Death, like the fast parts in drums, and the rhythm section is have some fast parts that give in this dark atmosphere. I had all the album, and makes me feel. And I think at the end of the day, the most important thing is music to give you something to feel.
Yeah, of course, man. I'm really glad that you enjoy it. It's had a lot of. See, one thing we always get post metal.
I thought that too, but it's nothing like post metal. You just don't have vocals that you have some elements of post, but it's a lot of thing, not post metal. Like, okay, Russian Circle is a little bit heavy, but you are heavier than Russian Circle. But you are you have the element of dream music, like the other post rock or post metal band. That I like in your music. There is a lot of influences and a lot of music in the pieces. You cannot say that it's this or that.
Yeah, there's just I totally agree with you. There's so many, like, we get put in that category by a lot of people, and I understand it. I do get why people do it, but you're quite right. A lot of post metal, I don't even personally, I don't even like a lot of post metal or post rock. There's some I really like, but some I just don't. And it's the same with, you know, I'm much more into sort of sludge and black metal and all that kind of stuff, and I think we all are in many ways. And it comes, we take, like you say, we borrow from so many different sounds. I don't think, you know, some people call us sludge, some people call us black metal, sometimes we get called post rock. It's just what people hear most of, I guess. What people connect to the most, I guess.
Well, you managed to have your own sound, I think. Or you're starting to making your own sound. I'm sure you have a lot to give in the next years. But I think this recipe is a good recipe. It's something like post metal, but a lot darker. So you can approach the dark people, the people of black metal, black and death metal, and you can approach the post metal people. And the heavy metal people, and the people who want to feel, to dream, to sit in the alone and making his pictures bad or good. That's very good for the music or for a band.
Yeah, man, it's one of those things as well. It's that we can, because of our range of influences, we fit on a lot of different kind of bills when we play live. So we can play with a black metal band, or we can play with a post metal band, or we can play with a sludge band, or or we can play with a doom band. There's something for everybody in there. We can play with a post rock band. We're not limited to anything. So you can put us on so many different bills, and we fit.
Yes, I agree. For the end, I want to tell me if this album have a theme. What is the writing process? It was something weird. You were thinking something for the output of the album.
So I didn't quite catch the beginning of that. Did you say about the album cover?
Yes, I want to tell me the whole concept of the album, the cover and the writing process from your perspective.
So the whole working process. Obviously, we go in and we write the record. For this one, it's been a little bit different every time. As I say, the last record that we had, Tempest, that was written to a theme. We had a kind of preconceived concept, at least later on down the line we did anyway. I think there was a couple of songs written and then we decided on this thing. And then with this one, it was much less so. We just kind of went in and pieced the songs together. With our songs, they usually start with one kind of central riff or something like that. You know, it starts with a central thing, and then we'll build it around that one phrase, that one riff, or that one feeling. So it's very emotionally driven. And then once we've got all the parts that we want to incorporate, then we'll arrange it and try and make it as interesting a listen as possible. But I think with one of the challenges that being instrumental, mostly instrumental, has, is that music it kind of drag on sometimes. So you have to write interesting enough songs structurally to make them listen to them. So that's always a challenge that we have. So we spend a lot of time doing that. And then and we did, there was a lot of discussion about album artwork and all that sort of thing. And to be completely honest, Albert and Peter, the brothers, they took a lot of the lead on that. I remember when we were discussing album artwork, I didn't really know what I wanted for it. So they took the lead, and we decided on that image that's on the front cover. One thing that we wanted it to be striking. We wanted it to be iconic, if you will.
Is your video Pariah is a good example for the atmosphere of the album?
Yeah. It's again, that was because Albert and Peter, they had this concept in mind, and they just kind of went with it, and they knew what they wanted to kind of present. I didn't, so they went and did it, and it turned out really good.
Yes.
They knew the theme that they were going for, and it came back, and it was like, okay, cool, it all makes sense.
The video is very good. Can you tell us for the closing two things about the video clip? Tell me about the tour and the video clip.
Okay, so the first thing, the video, that was done by Albert and Peter. That was directed by them.
Wow.
With help from the old man in the video.
Yeah.
That's their dad.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, and Christoph, he drives for us as well, and does our lights.
Wow, that's a very good thing.
And the old bass player Christian, the other brother, he helped. The woman in the video, the woman at the end, or with the little diamond, that's Peter's girlfriend. So it was all. The shots where Christoph's walking around in the wilderness, that was shot in Wales. So wow. They drove up to Wales.
Yes. This is a perfect place for your music. And the colors of the video, the post-production, all fits perfect. It's a very good video, and you know that the video clip is a very good promotion for the music.
Yeah, man. Well, they'll be super happy to hear that you say that, man, because they put a lot of effort into that.
Yes, I wish we can reach many people in Greece. I wish after the interview. You deserve it. I'm sure you will reach enough people in Greece with your music.
That's cool, man. I really want to come to Greece. I'm supposed to be going on holiday in June, but I don't know if it's going to happen now.
Yes, it's very difficult for all of us.
But I don't know if it's. I'd love to tour in Greece one day, man. But
it will be very good.
Yeah, man. But what was the second question you asked about?
Tell me about the tour.
Okay, so the tour, yeah, that We had, I think it was only a short release tour, and then we had some other things that were planned throughout the year. I can't talk about the other ones at the moment, partly because we don't know if they're going on or not, and partly because they weren't announced in the first place. But yeah, the release tour got cancelled. We had a big sort of hometown show that was cancelled. We had a festival in Manchester that was cancelled, a London show which was looking really good. All of it just got cancelled because of this virus. But you know, we'll be back. We're rescheduling all the dates. I think we're looking at December for this UK run, and then all the other bits that we were planning during the year, I think we'll take care of them first if they still go ahead. And then we'll probably do the release tour in December again.
Okay, nice. Thank you, Teddy. I hope we talk again in better circumstances after a successful tour. I hope, and a new album. And I wish you the best from now on. When all this thing is over and you start your machine going to have the success you deserve, and I believe that.
That's very kind of you, dude. And I hope that one day we do come to Greece, we can meet face to face.
Yes. That will be awesome. Bye, man. Thank you very much.
Stay safe.